First, I'm curious. Where's your contract status?
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just signed a new contract.
With the UFC?
Yeah, that was my first fight on my new contract.
The one with James Vick?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many fights are on that contract?
There's another. What was it? Yeah, that's a good question. I forget now. You put me on the spot.
4, 6, 8?
No, I think it's 6.
6 fights?
6.
Okay, so you have 5 to go?
Yeah.
Did you have a fun free agency period? Did you contemplate Bellator, one championship, anybody else?
Yeah, I did. I contemplated. I was just kind of sitting back. I had a few things I needed to sort as well. I was moving apartments and all that type of stuff, so I just didn't want to rush everything. But it was pretty good. But I was glad to re-sign with the UFC. Obviously with the USADA stuff and all that. Like that was a big bonus for me. That was something I kind of felt passionate about, and I think it's in the long run it's going to make a big difference.
And you just signed new management, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in your free agency, did you do it alone, or did you have a former manager for that? How did that work out?
I was still with my manager at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, it was with Graham.
With Graham Boylan?
Yeah.
He was your manager?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And you re-signed for the James Vick fight?
Yeah.
And so now there's new management.
I say I re-signed in the summer, and then obviously we got the fight announced. Well, November the fight was, and then my contract ran out in January.
And is your contract with your manager, is that one that runs out as well? I guess I'm just curious how you went from one manager to the next. What brought about that decision?
Yeah, it was up in January, and that's when I decided to start thinking about going elsewhere.
Gotcha. All right. So you signed with Dominance MMA, Ali Abdelaziz. Did you? How did that come about? Was it seeing him working with other athletes that drew you to him, or did somebody advise you, like, hey, this guy would be a good guy for you to meet sometime? Or
yeah, I didn't have a manager for a few months, and then in the period I was off after my shoulder, one of the guys was kind of on my case. He's like, look, it's a good time to start getting these things sorted when you haven't got a fight coming up or you haven't got the stress of that. He was like, it's probably a good time to get that sorted. So, I did a bit of research, and obviously I seen the guys that Ali was working with. Nasrat in the gym was telling me about Ali too, and just kind of went from there.
Mm-hmm. And now you are in between fights, but are you waiting for a bout agreement to show up, or is there something you'd like to shore up health-wise or anything before you get to that stage?
Yeah, that's it. I only had the shoulder done 3 weeks ago, so it's a labrum tear. So slow process.
So you'll be out for a while.
Yeah, I'm out for a little bit. That's why I'm here. I'm here in Vegas, up in the PI Institute. They're piecing me back together. So I'm working with Heather and Bobby up there, and all the guys, like Clint sorting out my nutrition, Bo's looking at my conditioning and all this type of stuff. So when I'm here, I'm trying to improve all that stuff also. But Heather and Bobby, they're kind of putting me back together. So
where was the surgery?
Where?
Yeah.
In Montreal.
Okay, so now you're doing the rehab here for how long?
I'm here for 2 weeks. Like I was meant to stay a week, and then I only got the sling off last Monday. And I couldn't move it much. I didn't have much range of motion. I could lift it supported, but since I've been here, it's incredible the difference. Rehabbing in the institutes, it's made all the difference. Like I'm moving it around. And sometimes I even forget I got the injury. So Ali said to me, it's probably a good idea if you can stay another week, and I agreed. It's priceless the treatment I'm getting there. It really is. I would advise it to any of the athletes who get any surgery or any injuries. Get up to the institute and get it looked at, because them guys are top notch.
You'll go back to Montreal and do the rest of the rehab there, or do you see yourself coming back and using the PI to your benefit?
I think so. I think I'll be coming back. Like I said, it's been so good. I'll go back to Montreal now for a few weeks. I might go down to Brooklyn for the fights down there. And then I don't know. They said between the 8 and 12 week period is a good time to come as well, so you don't start relearning the movements wrong or whatever. So I might try and get back then. But Like when I first had the surgery, the surgeon was telling me like 6 months before I'm throwing a shot. But after speaking with Heather, like the way it's looking, she thinks come the summertime I could get back to full training. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Well, by then the division will shake out, probably different than the way it is now. The incumbent is probably going to be stripped in a few weeks, Conor McGregor. Tony and Khabib will fight for the undisputed title. And then we'll have other fights that are very high profile, like Barbosa and Kevin Lee, Gagey and Dustin Poirier, Iaquinta and Felder. So there's quite a few of them. By the time you come back healthy, the landscape will change a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. That's the beauty of MMA. It changes so fast. And there's lots of exciting fights going on now. So it's a pretty good time for the lightweight division.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the time I get back, it's gonna be very different.